Good afternoon, all. Today we are going to talk about mental health. So, this is a concept nowadays we are talking worldwide. It's a global concept, also. We have to address this mental health. It play a major role in our day to day life. Without mental health, you are not supposed to lead your life. So today's topic is also what is mental health, what are the concept trying to explain what is mental health, then what are the factors which is contributing for our mental health, then who is known as mentally healthy person. um, this After this class or session, it will give you a lot of orientation about this particular topic. Okay, let's see what is mental health. Before going to mental health, health is defined as the state of complete physical, mental, spiritual, and social well being, not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. Actually, this is a definition which was given by World Health Organization. So, health is defined as the state of complete. Complete means a person who is considered as a healthy person, he used to have the following qualities or characteristics like complete physical, mentally, then spiritually and socially well-being. So that person only considered as a healthy person, and also not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. If a person is considered a healthy person, he is not only the absence of disease, and also spiritually or mentally he is good, he could be a soundful person, then only he is considered as a healthy person. For example, if a person with physically good but mentally he is having some complaints, that person is not comes under the criteria of healthy person. Okay, so let's come for what is mental health. Mental health is balanced development of individual personality and emotional attitude, which enable him to live a harmonious relationship with fellow men. That means a person who is considered as a mentally healthy person, there may be a balanced development of individual's personality. So every individual having the personality can be defined when a person attain maturity. His personality is defined. So this personality, mature personality, uh, enable him to make a emotional attitude, balance emotional attitude, which balance emotional attitude between the personality and emotion, it will help him to live a harmonious good relationship with his fellow man or the society. Concept of mental health, related to the concept of mental health is not supposed to define, because it is a highly subjective one. You can't measure the mental health as like other physical health, because it is highly subjective one. You can feel but not measurable one, it is not quantifiable one. So the mental health can be trying to explained by different people as different way. There is no any single definition or single concept to define what is mental health. So based on the evolutions in the development of psychiatry as well as the science, it has given birth to a lot of models for the development of different models in the perspective of mental health. So normal mental health is considered as a medical, under medical model we can consider the normality as health. Normal mental health is conceptualized as considered as a absence of any psychiatric illness or psychopathology. Psychopathology means if there is any causes or etiology for getting mental illness. So if once a person is considered as a mentally healthy person, he is to be a it can be considered as a normal person. Okay, absence of any psychiatric illness. Then according to statistical model, normality as average, that is statistically normal mental health falls within two standard deviation of normal distribution of the curve. It has to be explained in like a pictorial representation. A child born with zero mental health or zero personality, then after get chronological improvement in the age, simultaneously his mental age is also getting enhanced. Son, if once the child is attaining the peak at the age of adolescent, by the end of adolescent or at the age of adulthood, then his mental health has to be in a peak. Then after elderly become like after 60s, his mental health is also slowly declining. So most of our mental health is considered as 20 to 40, 40 years, nearly 40 years. That average mental health is between 20 years to 60 years. This is a curve of the statistically it is represent. That's all. Next, so other concept of mental health that is considered as a utopian model. In this model, the focus is defined. Normality is a optimal functioning. So if a person is considered as a mentally healthy person, he used to function maximum. He used to put his hard work to perform an particular or individual activity, give his full effort to complete the task. That is known as that is the characteristics of the mentally healthy person according to utopian model. Then subjective model, according to this model, normality is viewed as the absence of distress or disability or help seeking behavior. In this model, if a person is absence of any distress, stress related one, absence of disability or help seeking behavior, that person is considered as a um, mentally healthy person. Then social model, according to this, normal person is expected to behave socially permissive behavior, because in our society we are expected to behave according to the societal norms. If a person is considered as a mentally healthy person, he used to obey the rules and regulations which is provided in the particular community or particular institution, whatever he may adhere. This is also trying to explain what is mental health. And the one more model, process model. According to this model, the mental health is known as normality is a dynamic and a changing process rather than a static concept. So if a person is a mentally healthy person, the person can trying to change his situation or trying to adopt the same changing situation. If a person is considered as a mentally healthy person, he used to have good flexibility and adaptability in the environment. So that person is considered as a mentally healthy person. So the above said models are trying to explain the concept of mental health. Okay, next, look the characteristics of mentally healthy person. Okay, if a person is a mentally healthy person, he used to have some predominant characteristics. This characteristics only denote the person is a mentally healthy person or not. According to this, if a person is a mentally healthy person, he used to have the um, following characteristics like self-esteem and self-acceptance. Mm, if a person is a mentally healthy person, he used to accept his own self. Like he is having the quality to analyze his own strength, weakness, then opportunities and threatens. Even we can say as a SWOT analysis, able to introspect his own or her own behavior. Then adjustment, trying to adjust with the situation. Whether this situation may be a odd one, the maximum he put his effort to trying to adjust the situations. Then reality orientation, if a person is a mentally healthy person, he is having consciousness about his real situation, trying to orient himself with the reality. That is one of the important qualities of mentally healthy person. Then self-awareness and self-knowledge, aware about his own positive and negative things, then able to control his own behavior. um, Able to control means nothing, he is having the characteristics of trying to control his own behaviors, like we can say sometime we are in the position to exhibit our own emotions, but some situations we are trying to control our own behavior, not to exhibit our behavior in some situations. That is also considered as one of the qualities of the mentally healthy person. Then in addition to that, if a person is a mentally healthy person, he used to have goal oriented ambitions in his life, goal directed behaviors. They always having the goal directed behaviors, then are to strive the struggles environments, or to strive in the struggle environment. So these are all considered as a mentally healthy person, characteristics of mentally healthy person. Now we can talk about factors affecting mental health. Basically, our mental health can be, uh, it is a product of both nature versus nurture. Nature, nature means obviously it comes under hereditary factors and biological, otherwise it is known as physiological factors. These two are known as predisposing factor. Predisposing factor is nothing but it provide a fertile ground for the germination of the seed to develop, seed to the development of mental illness. Actually, hereditary play a major role in developing our mental illness, as well as our physiological anatomical factors also contributing for the development of the mental illness. So these two factors are known as the predisposing factor. Already, in our hereditary and gene, this mental illness is coming through the genes. Uh, this genes supplying our hereditary stock from our elderly, our ancestors to the offspring. So these are known as the predisposing factors. Next, we can trying to say that psychological factors and the sociological factors. The psychological factors and sociological factors, like are known as precipitating factors. Um, Psychological factors and sociological factors are known as precipitating factor. Precipitating factor means it will further aggravate the symptoms. That is known as precipitating factors. Then now we can look a little detail about how the hereditary play a major role to create mental illness for an individual. So already I told you it provide the predisposing cause. Hereditary consists of hereditary consists of all of that. It is transferred to the offspring from the immediate parents in the form of genes and chromosomes. So one of each pair derived from the mother and one from the father. I think we all know chromosomal. Chromosomal derivations may cause abnormalities like Turner syndrome, then Klinefelter syndrome, and Mongolism. Defective genes transferred to the offspring are in many ways responsible for the transmission of abnormals like Huntington chorea, Alzheimer's, schizophrenia, epilepsy, and certain psychological disorder. So we are getting 43 pairs of chromosomes. These chromosomes used to transfer our hereditary material from the ancestors to the offspring. So this chromosomal abnormalities or deviations can create some abnormalities like Turner syndrome. Turner syndrome is a adding of excess chromosomes in the 23rd chromosomes, Klinefelters and Mongolism. These are all some defects of X or Y chromosomes in this 23 pairs of chromosome. So this defective genes transmissions like create some personal diseases, like elderly diseases like Huntington chorea, Alzheimer's, then schizophrenia, epileptic convulsions, then certain psychological disorders or mental retardations are coming through our hereditary. So then here we have to talk about the biological factors. So biological factors play a major role, like it play both the predisposing as well as the precipitating causes. Predisposing causes are provided by structural and physiology factor, while the structural factors are considered with the structure of the body, then our physiological factors, the functioning of internal organs, the nervous system, endocrine system, our sensory organs play a major role in fixing our mental illness. A proper functioning of one's behavior depends upon the normality and abnormal secretion of the structure secretion of endocrine glands. The structural and physiological factors are contributing for the development of mental illness. Sometimes our environment, like our food, water, oxygen supply, blood content, this may also play a leading role in determining our mental health. Then we can see the other factors, like psychological factors may provide both predisposing as well as precipitating causes. This may studied under various heads. Psychological deprivation of the early age in the form of oral deprivation, parental deprivation. Every individual used to cross the psychosexual development in our childhood, from infancy. If there is any deprivation in this oral, anal, genital, latent and phallic period, this can also create some sort of problem in our mental life. So this deprivation may create some sort of neurotic type of disorder in the later part of life, because most of the neurotic disorders uh, are the reason. If you are not having um, proper rearing pattern, or our childhood experience may play a important role for getting this type of neurotic type of disorders, especially anxiety, stress, phobia, then OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. These are all considered as a neurotic disorder. It is having the strong etiology when a person is not having um, correct childhood experience. Then faulty learning and horrible experience in our childhood, then defective family environment, negative role models, um, that may also create some sort of problem in our later part of life. Maladjustment in adolescence and adulthood, psychological stress and self devaluation. Nothing, self devaluation means you are negatively, you are looking yourself. That is a major thing for getting a mental illness. Sociological factor, it involve advantaging situation within our defective socio-cultural environment, problem related with yearning, survival struggles, then caste consideration, minority states, effect of urbanization, modernization, cultural and social evils, marital discord and family instability, natural and national calamities. These are all also considered as a major reason for getting mental illness. Mm, so in this topic, I'll finish my lecture. Thanks for listening. Thank you.